Hello everyone, and welcome to virtual Fort Wayne Pagan Pride Day, Weaving the Future. We're so glad you're here with us today. My name is Marin Edna Marie King, and welcome to my music studio here in North Central Florida, USA. I've spent the last 23 years here in Florida off and on, but I was born in Long Beach, California. And I traveled around with my birth parents for the first 3 years of my life. Then I grew up in Southern California. Then I traveled again for a while, stopping to rest for a bit in different parts of the USA, before landing back here in Florida over 20 years ago now. I've been a traveler most of my life, in one form or another. And even though I've made my home here in Florida for a while, I've kept up the traveling. From festival to gathering to concert to vacation spot. And I think I will always be a traveler, once it is safe to do so again. Once a traveler, always a traveler, and it is a family tradition. I've been making music most of my life in one form or another, but mostly for myself, my family, traveling companions, maybe some college friends, singing at karaoke. That was a thing for many years. But nothing was ever really serious. I would learn to play and sing songs that I loved by artists I really admired, and I did that for several years, tooling around now and then with writing my own things, but never really serious about it. After a while, I had friends who encouraged me by asking to hear my original songs, and that was scary, let me tell you. But I did it, and I'm so glad I did. One song led to another, led to another, led to another, and now I'm up to 15 of my own, with more always running around in my head, waiting their turn to come out into this world. As I said, I've been a traveler, born and bred, and on my travels, I've been to some pretty fabulous gatherings of like-minded folk. One of those gatherings was held at a summer solstice, and there it was very, very stormy, rainy, muddy, just plain wet. A lot of time was spent with my friends in their campsites and their vendor booths, under pop-ups, playing music and staying dry. Or spending time in my own camp to decompress and relax. I often pick up my guitar and play whatever comes to mind when I do that. And I've been playing this particular chord pattern and humming a sort of tune on and off again for couple of weeks before the festival. And one day I was sitting there, it was raining and dreary, and it was a very down time for me. So I started working on this again, and the words started coming to me, and I ended up writing half of it there, and I finished it at home. Then I recorded it, added some lovely sound effects, and well, I'm going to be playing along with some backing tracks tonight, so that you can hear what I hear in my head when I write these songs. This song now I'm going to play for you is called Pathways and Passages. Of my 59th year, fierce winds and pouring rain did battle every day. Stark flash of lightning revealed the path I walked, lichen, rocks and moss, roots and leaves. Oh, I found myself amongst the trees. Sweet voices calling from a distant path, leading me onward through the forested ways. Dark moon above me, ancient standing stones, a peace I'd never fell on me. Oh, I sighed and took it gratefully. Kindred come, all the many forms I've been, gathered round me as I seek my true way, what this time I'm here to be. My third eye opens and I see heavy rains continue washing over me, falling to my knees. I dig deep in the mud, releasing old ways and shedding false skins. I raise my hands and mark myself free. Oh, my transformation is complete. Walking under the eyes of a black moon, dripping words of truth and power, ever onward on this path of tales and truth, shining my light in the dark. It was the summer of my 59th year that I came to find out just exactly who I be. Lilith's daughter, shadow goddess dancing free. Roots and leaves and moss are calling me. Oh, won't you rise and walk with me? I do love a storm. I miss the forests and the trees and moss and all the folks of the woods. The last 21 months has been very hard, without being able to get together with like-minded folk amongst the forests and out in the wildlands. I look forward to the day when we can do that all safely again. There was a time that I lived in Arizona, and I went to university there for English literature and poetry. And I met some amazing people and made some really good friends while I was there. I had a piano at the time and would often play for instrumental majors when they had a piece that needed piano accompaniment. It was a great experience and one I'll always be grateful for. At the end of the third year, I wrote a piece for piano and voice for an international exchange student who I had really made a heart connection with. After they left for home, I never really picked the song up again, but it would run itself through my head from time to time. I no longer have the piano now, so I finally decided a few years ago to try and transpose it to the guitar. And well, here is the result, with percussion and harmony too. Might be you. smiling in my daydream. Where are the all-night cafes that we've yet to know? What are the things that we'll say as we're sharing our soul? Waltzing under the stars on your wedding day, playing our music all night, singing songs we've just made. I know there are places we have yet to find. I know there are things that we have yet to see, and that keeps me laughing and smiling at what's to come. One of the things I really liked about Arizona was the way that the desert would smell after one of the very infrequent but heavy rains. The desert flowers would all open up, and their fragrance would fill the air in such a beautiful way. It wouldn't last long, but it was lovely while it did. Speaking of flowers, one of my favorite flowers is the morning glory. And I've always loved the way that their vines would burst out with beautifully blue, purple, or pink trumpet flowers. One variety that I learned about recently, though, is Ipomaea alba. It's also called the moonflower. And I just really fell in love with it. It has these white, trumpet, bell-shaped flowers, and they only bloom at night. According to pictures, and in my imagination, they're spectacular under the full moon. I was reading all about them, and a melody started wandering around in the whirlwind in my head. I had to find it on the guitar, and when I did, well, I came up with this song called Flower of the Moon. With me through our mother's sacred garden, gaze upon the beauty of Ipomaea, born to intertwine beneath the sun in all its glory, but you will find that its true love is the moon, bursting forth from a hard brown sea, soaked well by summer rain, growing quickly neath the clear sky, roots running deep, far and wide, spreading out its many heart-shaped leaves color fill our mother's sacred garden. Sunflowers and asters, dahlias and henbane, roses, marigolds, and lotus blooming in the sunlight. But Ipomaea's bright iridescence is for the moon. From out of the twilight, sweet fragrance fills the air. Pearly white trumpet flowers turning faces to the night sky, spreading out amongst its nighttime kin, weaving in the silvery light. And when the full moon comes, Ipomaea shines so very bright. Sister to gardenia, brother to night blooming jasmine, cousin to the darkness in our mother's sacred garden, friend to moth and beetle who drink deep of the sweetest nectar. And when the night is done, spent flowers carry their seeds home. Excuse me. Now you know of Ipomaea, lustrous flower of the moon, shining bright there in the dark for the love of the ever-present, ever-changing orb. Whether dark or whether bright, it blooms the same, as faithful as the turning world in its dance with our glorious Well, I've been suffering from some allergies, and apparently I decided to have drainage in the middle of this song. I am so sorry. I greatly apologize. Oh my goodness. Well, this next song is one that I wrote back in 2009. Let me get a sip here. That may help. This song has gone through several iterations, several different names, and I do believe that finally it might be done, although is anything ever really done? It's a bit long and a little irreverent, but I like it, and I think you might like it too. I call it the real song. Me how I spend my days, and I think how to answer this in an honest way, but I don't know how to say really what is on my mind, because all I think about is you. I can't help it going over everything we ever said, and every touch we felt, and I know that I surely miss you, but I'll be fine, 'cause I'm so grateful for the time we spent and the laughter that you shared with me. Oh, yeah. There's no second verse to this song. Yeah, that's right, but I'll keep playing it and singing right along. Perhaps the words will come in right on time. Yeah, that's fine, because you make me wanna sing, you make me wanna play, you make me wanna write straight from my heart. And I just wanna share my world with you, because you smiled, spoke, sang, and laughed with me. Sometimes we're silent, don't pass a word between, but we don't need to, for us to know just who we are. And I don't know why it is, but it just is. And when we meet again, it's like we've never left. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Well, maybe this will help me write the real song, and I can sing it for you, 'cause it'll really be mine. I can say all of the things that are in my head and heart, my soul and body. But until then, it's just gonna be a little ditty I sing for my family. Yeah. 'Cause all I think about is you, ever present, my mind's shadow, and everything I do, I share with you. And I know that you are far from me, and I won't be able to see you for a while, and that's alright, my friend. We'll just keep on walking, and I'm so grateful for the time we've spent and the laughter that you shared with me. Oh yes. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. So here is where I would like to remind you about Fort Wayne Pagan Pride Day's donation link, and also the link to the t-shirts that they're selling in commemoration of this event. You can see those links down below. I ordered my own long sleeve t-shirt the other day, and they look like they're going to be really cool. So go on over and get one for yourself. Your purchase helps to support these fine folks who do so much for their community. And if you're not into the shirt thing, you can always go donate directly to them by going to that PayPal address down below. Your donations help keep Fort Wayne Pagan Pride going, so they can continue to keep community going with online events like this. and in-person events one day again in the future when it's safe to do so. In the meantime, please purchase or donate what you can. Get the vaccine, mask up, because we're all in this together. So there's always music swirling around in my head. And my songs go round and round and round, and there always seems to be some new thing happening, some new melody. And one day I was thinking about that and was like, I need to write a song about that, about the whirlwind that's always going in my head. So here we are, folks. Here's my song that I wrote called Whirlwind. I'm playing along with my time-traveling self in the past again, too. So here we go.
Well, I'm going to bring it a little bit down now. Play a song for you that I wrote for a virtual online summer solstice gathering put on by Circle Sanctuary. When they asked me to be a part of this year's virtual PSG 2021, I said, of course, I'd love to be a part of it. What would you like me to do? And they said, can you sing a song? And I said, of course, what song would you like? And they said, well, the theme is spirals of change, so something along that line, please. That would be really great.
I said, of course, I would love to bring a song and sing it for everyone. And then I grinned real big because I didn't have a song that had to do with that at all. And I absolutely loved the challenge. I hadn't had a creative assignment really since college, and I dug into it, researching all about spirals and helixes and double helixes. And then that went into all the naturally occurring forms of this mathematical equation. And I went down a rabbit hole of images and information. I pulled myself back, though, and looked at the more human perspective of what we've all been through since 2019. And I went a little bit more simple. I finally settled on this song, and I call it Spirals of Change. Here we are walking the wheel again. Familiar pathways lead through time, all the same yet not the same, ever onward through the waves. On these spirals of change, what we reap is what we sow. What we learn is how we grow, ever reaching toward the light. Journey around the stars and sun, seasons flowing one by one. Time and space change everything. Patterns and cycles and forms repeating. Swirls and whirls of life untamed, ever unfurling and evolving. Yet the beauty of it all remains the same, but different. Caterpillars in the garden, metamorph to butterflies, flitting in the bright moonlight. World turns, the night becomes the day, as they dance the spirals of change. Patterns and cycles and forms repeating. Twirls and whirls of life untamed, ever unfurling and evolving. Yet the beauty of it all remains the same, yet different. What we reap is what we sow. What we learn is how we grow, ever reaching toward the light. Journey around the stars and sun, seasons flowing one by one. Time and space shape everything. Oh yes, on these spirals of change. I was recently at a writer's retreat by one of the bays here in Florida, and I was out one morning watching the seabirds as they were flying across the bay, swooping down for fishies for breakfast, and I was enjoying my own morning libations out there on the bench by the dock. I had my guitar, because, writer's retreat, and I had this very cool feeling come over me. And I thought of my mama and my grandma, and I imagined them there with me, sitting on the bench, watching the birds, and humming along with me, while the boats went by, and the fluffy white clouds and the bright blue sky sailed along. These chords happened, and then the next chords happened, and then my first set of lyrics came along. I finished it all later, And I really want folks to hear and feel what I was hearing and feeling. So I added some stuff, and I really hope that you enjoy it. This is called Deep Dive. Deep dive, deep dive. Sun torn clouds move across the sky, rising wind and pouring rain give a brief reprieve to the critters of the sea. Up and down and wading out the swamp, the birds know they'll reflect the home when the rain dies down. They see fishes to be found. They rise above with both eyes open wide. Ride the wind, keep aloft and over sight of the thing that keeps them in the sky, searching for their next deep dive. Deep dive. Deep dive, deep dive, deep dive. I love those seabirds. Now, this next song I wrote back in 2019 in response to an online discussion about what makes the best place to hold a festival, when we could still do that in person, that is. A lot of people were speaking of location, amenities, and so on. And while those are all very important things, many of us stated we didn't really care where it was, as long as we were all together, even if that meant virtually. I took that idea, let it whirl around in my head a little bit, and came up with this next song. I haven't been able to sing it in person at a gathering since in bulk of 2020, but I know that one day, we shall all gather again in person. Until then, let all who are here now know that right now, with us being gathered together here virtually, we are home.
that lovely paradise I call my own, home sweet home, where my heart resides. A seaside trailer, a little forest shack, a country farmhouse, anywhere my love say welcome back. It's so good to have you home. This place we've loved and laughed and made our own, home sweet home, where our hearts and souls reside. Early morning, watch the sunrise, feel the earth, she calls your name. Memories and dreams unbidden, whispering softly, come and see all that was and what will be. Here among your chosen family, far apart too long. Oh, it's good to be back home. We come together at the solstice time. We light the fires, celebrate the turning of the wheel. And work together we are home. A place of perfect love and perfect trust. We made our own sweet home, where our spirits do reside. A lakeside setting, the Prairie Campground, a hidden grotto by the sea. Anywhere that we're together, that is where I truly want to be. It's like we've never left home. Our tribe, our flock, our kin, our family, together we are one. Yes, it's good to be back home. One day soon, one day soon. Well, I've got one last song for you all. It's in drop D, so I've retuned my guitar real quick. A lot of times when I'm asleep at night, I think about the people in my life and invariably how much I miss them too. Sometimes I fall asleep and have dreams where I'm flying. And sometimes I get to hang out with the folks I'm dreaming about. I was particularly missing some folks and thinking about how transcendental meditation and dreaming could be a thing. And then I found this pretty song. Over the mountains
dreamt I was flying, looking for you. Thank you so very much, everyone. I have greatly enjoyed being here, sharing my music with you. I appreciate all of you so very much, and I'm so grateful for you putting up with my allergies. I thank you, everyone, at Fort Wayne Pagan Pride for this opportunity, and to all of you for being with us here today. I'll see you all down the road. Bye.